Alright YouTube, this is going to be a video on the Snopes communities on Facebook. Now, the Snopes pages and groups are probably some of my favorite on Facebook. One, because it introduces new things that I need to be aware of. Second, it gives me ammo against people who are jackasses and share it, mainly political pages. The Comical Conservative shares a lot of bullshit articles. So I'll check in with Snopes to see if anybody said anything. And thirdly, if someone says something on Facebook or shares something, I can be like, actually you're wrong, because most of the time it's fear-mongering bullshit, and I'll be like, no need to be scared, this is proven false. And I'll give them a direct link to the Snopes article or something along those lines. One thing that really bothers me lately is when people share something that is admittedly doesn't take thought to, discern as untrue, I mean. But people will swarm on the comment threads when people share certain photos or articles and, take a sour tone with these people who are asking questions and say, well, it doesn't take, why the fuck would you need to ask that? Even when I shared a photo of an alleged tweet of Donald Trump saying, those lazy Africans need to go back to Africa, some people were really nice, and admittedly I would think that a large fan base of Snopes are liberals, and they came on to my post yelling and screaming and trying to, argue with me. It's like, they were like, if there was anybody who didn't need extra embellishments, I'm like, okay, I understand your point. Someone's like, why would you share this? This would have been perfect ammo. And, I told them, Snopes is a community based on truth, not based on deceitfulness. In the 1990s, Barbara and David Mickelson made a wonderful website for a reason, to spread truth. No, I don't like Donald Trump either, but I still had to check out and see if this is true. Because to be honest, no one deserves having, being falsely quoted and having this stupid propaganda fabricated against them. And this is coming from somebody who fucking hates Trump. But he deserves, to have authentic screenshots made about him and so on and so forth. And I was having a discussion on an article where allegedly, Obama's planning to hold the 2016 election. He's trying to suspend it. And people are belittling this woman who shared the article. That's a no-brainer. You need to take some civics classes, blah, 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 blah. And then I simply commented, hey now, no need to belittle the woman. And some woman, other than her, commented in agreement with me, and she made the argument that this would most likely drive people to be scared to share articles, and it would make people sheep of the disbelief. And I added an ingredient, so I was like, also it's going to suppress people from wanting to post stuff on this page to find out the truth. Specifically because, well, they're not going to know how to gauge if this is, more challenging or some more simpleton stuff. And, debunking stuff like that is totally subjective. It's totally subjective. The second problem I have with the groups now is they'll make statements on the pages and so on and so forth that are totally untrue, or they'll have portions of their statements that are untrue. And people will correct them, and they get so upset about being correct. We're talking about a community that gathers around a website about correcting people that have fallen for stupid shit. I mean, are you serious? And they get all huffy puffy. And these are probably the same people that are know-it-alls and such, but you gotta remember, no one knows everything. No one knows the complete truth. So yes, you can fall victim to not knowing stuff as well. But it's no reason to throw a hissy fit. You will be more respected if you can say, you're right, I should have checked this out before I made a statement on it. Not sit in a group that's dedicated to correcting people, debating them. That's kind of stupid. That's really stupid. So if you do one of these two things, why are you even in Snopes? Why do you even use Snopes? You're preventing, for the first argument, you're preventing people that want to find out the truth from wanting to find out the truth anymore because you're a fucking jackass. The next, you're being the one thing that you claim to be a martyr against. Like, make up your mind. Which is it? I'm still thankful for the website's existence. Hell, I've made mistakes myself when I made videos. When I saw the if you've been on Facebook, you would have seen the Donald Trump meme where it's like a fake quote and it says, if I were to run for president, I would be a Republican, conservatives are some of the stupidest people, or something along those lines. I actually believe this, and I think it was a little more justified because knowing people's histories, I looked at Donald Trump's and he was a huge Clinton backer. I'm sure he's not truly a conservative, and I'm sure he believes that wholeheartedly. But the thing is that it never came out of his mouth, officially. So I made that mistake, and I later corrected it in a different video about Donald Trump. And yes, we can have the thoughts in our back of the mind where you're like scratching your head and you're like, how the fuck do they not know if this is true or not? I have the same thing. But I'm not going to go in the comment section and belittle the person for seeking the truth. It's exactly what Snopes was designed for, seeking truth. And debunking stupid shit. Anyways, this is Milner Man. Peace out. Subscribe.